The 6 days, God's time and the construction of the universe. Kardec teaches that the biblical account of creation, with its 6 days, is an allegorical figure. In the symbolic language of the ancients, the day did not represent the Earth's rotation on its axis, but a period of cosmic transformation, a phase of the divine work that, due to its grandeur, cannot be measured by human time. The 6 days are, therefore, 6 major stages of universal evolution, which modern science confirms through the observation of geological eras and the history of the cosmos. In the first day, light is separated from darkness, a symbol of the beginning of universal order. Modern cosmology calls this moment the Big Bang, the primordial expansion that gave rise to space, time, and matter. Light, the first sign of organized energy, marked the birth of the physical universe. Kardec interprets this phase as the manifestation of divine thought, organizing the original chaos of the cosmic fluid into systems governed by harmonic laws. On the second day, the firmament is formed, the outer space where worlds move. Science describes this stage as the consolidation of galaxies, stars, and planets, the result of billions of years of cosmic evolution. The separation of the waters above and the waters below symbolizes the differentiation of spiritual and material forces that govern the universe, spirit and matter, united but distinct in their function. On the third day, the solid lands and vegetation appear. Geology shows that the Earth went through long periods of cooling, solidification, and transformation until the Earth's crust and the first forms of plant life emerged. Life sprouts, and with it begins the great biological symphony. Kardec sees at this moment the action of the vital principle under the guidance of the divine spirit, animating matter and organizing species according to natural laws. On the fourth day, the sun, the moon, and the stars appear, not as new creations, but as conscious perceptions of the developing human. From a spiritual perspective, this day represents the awakening of human reason to the contemplation of the cosmos. Modern astrophysics confirms that the celestial bodies existed long before humans, but the symbolism indicates the moment when consciousness begins to understand the celestial order and the divine presence in each star. On the fifth day, aquatic beings and the first winged animals appear. Biology identifies here the Cambrian explosion, a period when marine life diversified rapidly, giving rise to complex forms that later expanded into the air and land. This day symbolizes the abundance of life and the advancement of instinctive intelligence, paving the way for moral consciousness. On the sixth day, man appears, the being conscious of itself, capable of reasoning and choosing. Science explains that Homo sapiens is the result of millions of years of biological evolution, but Kardec shows that the human spirit, coming from long journeys in other planes, began to inhabit human bodies when they became capable of manifesting reason. The sixth day, therefore, represents the encounter of matter with consciousness, the union of spirit with the body. The seventh day, God's rest, is not inactivity, but balance. It is the state of harmony in which universal laws operate in fullness. Divine creation does not end, it is incessantly renewed. God rests when order replaces chaos, when the spirit awakens and love governs movement. This rest is the symbol of the perfection achieved by each soul after its multiple existences. Modern cosmology and physics confirm this cyclical view. The universe continuously expands and reorganizes itself. Stars are born, die, and are reborn. Worlds form and dissolve, preparing new cycles of life. Similarly, the spirit incarnates and disincarnates, advancing through increasingly higher stages of consciousness. God's time is eternal, and each day is an infinite era of wisdom and love. Kardec shows that the spiritual genesis and the scientific genesis do not oppose, they complement each other. Science describes the mechanisms of creation. Spiritism reveals its moral purpose. The 6 days represent the march of matter under the command of the spirit, and human progress is the 7th day, the rest of the heart that learns to love. Thus, the 6 days of creation do not belong only to the past, but continue within us. At every moral step, the Spirit illuminates its own darkness, repeats the first day, creates light within itself, and advances toward the final rest of divine consciousness. If this reflection has brought you clarity and admiration for the universe, share it. Because understanding the 6 days is recognizing that God's creation remains alive in every atom, in every soul, and in every dawn of the Spirit.